Hi everyone, welcome to Camille's Holistic Health Show. I'm Dr. Cam, and today we're going to talk about breast cancer, what you can do for breast cancer prevention, like the stresses and the emotional trauma that you might be going through to try and prevent that for breast cancer, the different types of risks and the signs related to breast cancer, and the types of foods that you can start eating or consuming to reduce your risk of breast cancer. And if this is a video of interest to you and you are interested in any of the videos that I have out, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that bell and get notified every time I have a new video coming out. So let's begin. Cancer in general is actually the only physical symptom of underlying emotional stress in the body and the body's cells. And this is really amazing. It's very impactful to know that our body and how we go through different stress, types of stress, stressors, emotional trauma, even shock can really affect the underlying aspect of your cells, how they replicate and then multiply to either be healthy or unhealthy. And although there are large groups who feel that the devastating effects of stress, stressful events, trauma, and conflict include grief and loss. And this is something that's really impactful. The types of emotional stresses that are, the body can only handle so much. And for a very long period of time, the body can go through these stressful events um, during our lifetime, and it could be very challenging. And life's ups and downs can really, get us in a tizzy, and really eventually these unexpected traumas can really affect us in so many levels, so many deeper levels. So we're going to go into this a little bit. It's very interesting, especially if you're not used to or don't really understand that emotional aspect of your health is so fundamental in any aspect really of your physical health. So when we are talking about, expressing the inner grief, their inner pain, inner anger, resentment, these are things that really take an effect to us at a deeper level. Inside our minds and our bodies, eventually this affects us. It lowers our melatonin levels, and our hormones are really affected, especially our adrenaline levels. They are lowered as well, causing a slow down breakdown of emotional reflex centers in the brain, and creating, a cancer process in the body. So these are things that we don't realize how detrimental it is when stress and cortisol, because that's the hormone that really affects us during stress, is really affected. So stress, now I'm going into cortisol, the stress hormone cortisol level increases and remains high over some time, suppressing the immune system. And if you ever notice that if you're under stress, you might get sick, this is why. And the job, you know, cortisol's job is really to destroy anything in the body that might exist. Uh, the immune system, to really help us with, our life in general, and it helps us fight basically anything that is at the forefront that is invading us over time. So the main cancer cells are now free basically to multiply if the adrenaline levels are very high. But then it starts to then drain and become very depleted over time. So basically, this is really bad news when it comes to cancer and cancer cells. The normal body cells cannot really breathe properly because of the low oxygen in our body. We are not giving our cells the vitality that is necessary for our cells to live at a longevity, and so basically this low level aspect causes the cells to then die. So cancer cells also thrive on sugar, as we know. If this is something that is very unfamiliar to you, then take, knowledge is key. I always stress that. Go read on it. Bacteria also loves, sugar, and the stress related to this depletion of adrenaline leads to too much sugar in the body, resulting in basically an environment of cancer to really thrive in the body. Okay, so just grasp all that is being said to you sometimes um, in a new way, and always address it by reading up on it and see if it's something that resonates with you. If it does, then great. Then go down that path that can actually help you with these stresses, these stressors, the trauma, the shock, grief, that can really help prevent not only breast cancer, really, it can actually help prevent many different diseases from popping up unexpectedly in your life. So I'm going to talk a little bit about research. This researcher, Vistin Tainer, I will write her name down at the bottom in case you want to know about her a little bit. But she took 3 groups of rats, one receiving mild shock, another receiving mild, medium kind of shock, and the other one, no shock at all. So she then implanted these rats with cancer cells uh, that would normally result in 50% of the rats developing the tumor, and her results were really astonishing. Within a month, 50% of the rats not shocked at all had rejected the tumor. This was normal ratio as the rats mastered, shock by pressing a bar to turn it, the bar off. 70% rejected the tumor. So about 27% of these helpless rats experience an incapable shock rejecting these tumors. So basically, this study demonstrates those who feel there is no way out of their shock, the trauma, the grief, the stressors, are less likely to be able to reject tumors forming within the body due to high level stress weakening the immune system. This isn't something new. This is actually something that has been out for many years, that how the body responds to stress and how the immune system reacts to it, and how our cells eventually replicate and react to these stresses and the immune system, weakening of the immune system as well. So the higher the sugar content these cells are exposed to causes really a depletion of the hormone adrenaline. And the low aspect of the oxygen content within these cells, the greater the likelihood that these normal cells start to mutate and become cancerous. So that is definitely, researchers have been doing a lot of the psychological type stress research and has come up with a lot of these theories that, and really they are results that they've found and evidence that they have found too. And you can take a look at all of these researches that are out there in a lot of the journals, fantastic medical journals out there that show that the immune system does weaken once stress has been part of our body. So, uh, what breast cancer does for other people, breast cancer does occur when, um, this is how breast cancer occurs. And breast cancer occurs when malignant tumors in the breast grows and starts to affect other tissues. So that's how um, malignant tumors occur. And there is still no clear indication how tumors are created, but what is often observed is that cancer cells usually come from ducts and glands. So that's how they go into the blood and are able to affect other organs in the body. So now the breast risk is usually due to aging. You know, as we age, we're more likely to get a diagnosis of breast cancer. It's possible with family history. That's another risk factor. Women who have gotten their period younger than 12 years old, and women who have not had children after 30 years old have been said, or evidence has shown that they are more likely, there's a risk factor has increased. So hormonal problems as well, including hormone replacement therapy, has been shown to increase the risk of breast cancer. Decreasing their consumption of alcohol can also increase your chances. And exercising every day can decrease your chances along with stress, because once you exercise, you can reduce your stress levels. And um, breast cancer has also been found to decrease the risk when someone's breastfeeding. So those are some of the risk factors of breast cancer, and some of the ways to actually improve your chances of not getting breast cancer would be to take certain vitamins. And vitamin D is definitely one of the vitamins that have been shown to help prevent an increased chance of breast cancer, along with vitamin A. Vitamin E can help fight the breast cancer as well, and as well as, again, uh, mammograms, very important to start taking once you're over a certain age, 40. And if you have an increased risk, your mother or your grandmother having breast cancer, or a sister, then it is best to follow up with your physician by taking mammograms at a younger age. Okay, so these are ways that can actually help prevent breast cancer. I'm going to go into now some of the signs related to breast cancer. As we know, it's a lump. If under in our around the breast area or under the armpit, you know, It's always important to check to make sure that you don't have any of these to begin with. Scaling of the skin is another, around the nipple is another sign. Redness around the breast, around the nipple is another. And the size, when you check the size, it might be a little different in size and shape, and any types of discharge in that area as well. So I'm going to go now into the different types of foods that can actually help with prevention of breast cancer. So berries, as we know, are high in antioxidants, vitamin C, and taking blue, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, all those berries high in those beautiful colors, that's definitely a health benefit for breast cancer. A 3/4 to a cup daily is really recommended. And green tea. Why? Because it not only helps with management of weight loss and blood pressure that has been shown in research, it also has high polyphenols and antioxidants. These are very, very powerful, effective antioxidants that really can help protect the cell's DNA from being damaged and causing free radicals. So definitely something to consider. 1 or 2 cups of green tea per day. And we'll also go into some of the omega-3 fatty acids. Very excellent for any types of management of chronic conditions, or if you just want to prevent breast cancer. Salmon, sardines, herring, nuts, flaxseed, walnuts, excellent, and legumes, lentils, split peas, kidney beans, any antioxidants such as folate and protein, okay, fiber. These are great ways. Then we have herbs to fight any types of chronic disease as well. Rosemary, thyme, basil, oregano, coriander, turmeric. Okay, so vegetables we want to talk about are kale, cruciferous vegetables, and that is very high in antioxidants and vitamins K, vitamins E, vitamin C. And cruciferous vegetables contain a really powerful, impactful chemical for fighting cancer. It has a cancer fighting property in it that's very beneficial to prevent breast cancer. So any of the cruciferous family types vegetables, cabbage, kale, arugula, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, okay, cauliflower, leafy greens. These are very high in vitamin C, vitamin E, and vitamin K, which help with fighting the cancer and cancer protecting properties for our cells. Okay, and we can just get an idea of different things that are so helpful, spices and chili pepper, to turmeric, okay, that can really help with pain management as well. So, we talked about foods, we talked about your emotional health, and just knowing is knowledge. Knowing is key to helping preventing, because we want to prevent. We want to prevent things that might be lurking, or preventing things entirely. from coming, invading our bodies and eventually causing disease. So, health prevention is so vital for a longevity in our lives. And if this is of interest to you, if you are a woman that is looking for better health, looking for options, natural, holistic options to improve your chronic conditions or just basically prevention altogether, then, go down that road. Don't be afraid to travel and get to learn about holistic medicine because it is a wonderful, wonderful medicine and a lifestyle to help you overcome a lot of your uh, chronic conditions, autoimmune, and any other chronic conditions, and also for health benefits as well and health prevention. Thank you so much for listening. And if this is really an interesting video, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that bell and get notified every time I have another video coming out. I will see you next time in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye now.